Hey, fellow YouTubers. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've done a video on my channel, and I apologize. I love you guys. Mwah. I know, either that's very gay or it's very pretentious, or it might be both, but whatever. You know, like I remember years ago, when Whitney received an award, and Nelly even took that from her, and I was like, is that kind of gay, or is it just him showing respect to Whitney? I don't know. But Whitney was on stage, and she was getting an award, and she was saying thank you, and she did this, thank you, as she was walking, thank you all very much, thank you, like returning the claps to you. Like, you deserve the claps. Anyway, oh my gosh, that's not what I'm talking about tonight, y'all. I am talking about. I wish that I had better, like, real life swag or whatever swag or swill. Oh my gosh, it's so funny because that used to be a derivation of the word swag, which reminds me, years ago when I was a kid and chat rooms were big, I was on a Yahoo chat room, and somebody said something about deriverification. He's like, it's a deriverification of this other word. And I asked in the chat room, I was like, deriverification with a question mark. Like, is really deriverification? And he's like, yes, it's a word, look it up. And I was like, okay, derivation. Anyway, I wish that I had better, like, real life approach people swag, because I'll tell you the truth. Ever since I reached this new level of understanding with my dad and my brother. I love when people pronounce the word and with an H. It's very diva. My dad and my brother. And and we reached a new level of understanding and acceptance as it relates to my sexuality. I have been like super gay, like uber gay, like oh my gosh, because I've reached the point that it's like I don't really care what other people think, especially since my dad and my brother reached this new level of understanding and acceptance with me. I'm like, who am I trying to lie for? You ain't got to wait. What you got to lie for? Do you want to ride? Yo. Remember that song by Destiny's Child? Ooh. That was it. Get on the bus. Get while you can. Get on the bus. I don't got no time talking all that junk. I used to love. Man, the original Destiny's Child was where it was at. Oh my gosh. But there's this dude at FedEx, and he is so gorgeous. He is my favorite. Yes, gorgeous thick dark chocolate, and he's a little short something, and he's a little nerdy. Like, he wears some glasses and whatever. And and I'm accepting that perhaps he simply is not feeling me as I'm feeling him. But yesterday I was so thirstily throwing myself at him. I was like, please, please, please. But he was like, I don't know if it's that he didn't get it or what. I know that when it comes to, and I was kind of laying it on hard a little bit because, thirsty, desperate. But I know from listening to a Dan Savage in the Savage Love podcast episode, he was like, yeah, if a dude at, say, Starbucks, or dude who works at a restaurant is exchanging flirtation with you, they're never going to take it beyond that, because in a lot of cases they are literally like not allowed to get close to customers. So either you're going to be the one to push it over the edge, or it's not going to happen because he doesn't want to lose his job. And I'm like, oh, so maybe I just need to be like extra thirsty, desperate with this guy. And it's good that I did this video before, or did this video now, because I'm like, I'm always being the thirsty, desperate dude. That sucks. Anyway, speaking of sucking, oh my gosh, okay. So, I'm gonna be a little bit explicit very briefly. Uh, so, one of my exes told me, and it's not that I have a lot of sex, especially in this post gonorrhea age that I'm in right now, but one of my exes told me that I give really good head. He's like, Aaron, I'm not gonna lie, like I know we ain't together right now, whatever, but I was fantasizing about the way you give head because you suck it good, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's because I really cared and I really wanted you to stick around, so I was trying to suck you to stay home, like suck you home. But anyway, um, I was like feeling myself a little bit, so I said I would ask this other dude who I've talked to before and given head to in my post prude days, trying to not be a thought, but that's when I got gonorrhea days. And I asked him, I was like, just out of curiosity, how do I give head on a scale from 1 to 10? And he was like, I mean, I can't answer that. I mean, because you're, and I do want to give his answers because it sucked. He was like, the way it felt to me was a 3. He's like, the way it felt to me was a 3. Your technique, 6 or 7, and everything overall, 5 or 4. And I was like, damn, like it did kind of hurt a little bit, but then I'm like, I don't need to be the best head giver, and maybe that's because I'll be the best head giver for my man when I find him, or when he finds me. Anyway, talk to y'all later, YouTube. Peace, stay blessed.